Should patent protection be weakened to accelerate innovation? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss a fundamental issue in innovation economics and intellectual property law. Should government strengthen patent protection to reward innovation or weaken it to promote the diffusion of knowledge? Modern economies depend heavily on innovation. Developing a new pharmaceutical drug, designing an advanced semiconductor, or creating a revolutionary software platform often requires years of research and billions of dollars in investment. Without legal protection, competitors could simply copy these innovations at a fraction of the original cost. For this reason, governments grant patents, which provide inventors with temporary exclusive rights to exploit their inventions commercially. Supporters argue that patents solve a classic problem of market failure. Knowledge possesses many characteristics of a public good. Once an invention becomes publicly known, others can often use it at little additional cost. Because inventors cannot fully appropriate the benefits of their discoveries, private firms may underinvest in research and development. Patents address this problem by allowing innovators to earn economic rent for a limited period, thereby creating incentives for future innovation. Another important benefit is the disclosure requirement. To receive patent protection, investors must publicly describe how their inventions work. After the patent expires, society gains unrestricted access to this knowledge. Rather than keeping discoveries permanently secret, patents encourage the gradual accumulation of scientific and technological knowledge. However, critics argue that excessive patent protection may itself hinder innovation. Modern technological progress is often cumulative. New inventions frequently depend upon earlier discoveries. If broad patent rights prevent researchers from building upon existing technologies, innovation may slow rather than accelerate. This phenomenon is sometimes described as the tragedy of the anti-commons, where excessive property rights fragment access to valuable knowledge. Another concern involves pharmaceuticals. Patent monopolies often allow companies to charge high prices for life-saving medicines. While these profits finance future research, they may also restrict access to essential treatments in lower-income countries. The COVID-19 pandemic intensified debate over whether patent protections should be temporarily relaxed during global public health emergencies. Critics also point to the emergence of patent trolls, organizations that acquire patents primarily to pursue litigation rather than develop new technologies. Such practices may increase legal uncertainty, discourage smaller innovators, and divert resources away from productive research. In my opinion, patents remain indispensable because innovation requires substantial investment and risk-taking. Nevertheless, patent systems should be carefully calibrated. Patent terms should be long enough to reward genuine innovation, but not so broad or lengthy that they unnecessarily impede subsequent technological progress. Governments should also strengthen mechanisms for compulsory licensing or temporary patent waivers during exceptional public health crises. Ultimately, intellectual property law seeks to balance two competing objectives. Society must provide sufficient incentives for investors while ensuring that knowledge continues to spread and inspire future discoveries. Innovation flourishes not only when ideas are protected, but also when they remain accessible enough to become the foundation for the next generation of breakthroughs. So here's my question. Should governments strengthen patent rights to encourage greater investment in innovation, or should they limit patent protection to ensure that knowledge spreads more rapidly throughout society? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.